Final question of the day. The U.S., because of its poor performance on PISA and poor performance in pretty much all world standards, the amount of money they spend per child and the results they're getting, in my opinion, are pretty dismal. And most Americans would probably agree with that. So America's secret weapon now is technology. And everything is about getting a computer in everybody's hand. And that, they've been sold this dream by the technology companies because they're basically in bed with the Department of Education and all the school districts. So, for example, at my school, all the kids have computers. And in my whole district, which is a district of 40,000, this is the new trend everywhere. This is America's way to beat Liechtenstein and Switzerland and even China, I guess. But the reason I bring this up is because all these world-class education systems that I've been visiting throughout the world, they're not doing this. So this seems to be a thing done in America. What do you think about giving a computer to every kid and that's solving the problems? How do you feel about this?
Sorry. Okay. I mean, it would be nice to have a computer for each kid, but it doesn't help.
Okay, let me ask you this. If Apple came in here, of course, America has to pay big money for this, about $500 for each Apple iPad. They don't give discounts to school districts, from my understanding. What if they came to your school and said, listen, we're going to give you iPads free to all your kids, but you have to agree to have all your books on this iPad and basically do everything on an iPad. But we're going to give them to you free. What would you do?
Ooh. Of course, it's tempting to. I mean, but I think we would have big discussions.
Right.
First, I would talk with my teachers about
a
thing like that. I couldn't take a decision on my own, but I really believe that we have. It's a bit difficult to say in English, but we have for hundreds of years we have learned techniques like the technique of writing.
Right.
We have learned the movement that goes from the arm to the brain and goes to the memory and I think if we stop, I don't know what happens if we stop doing that.
Right. Do you think being on a computer 6, 7, 8 hours a day might be distracting just to be on this one little thing? Do you think that could be somewhat distracting to a student and they might jump to the internet and play games on them? Or
I mean, of course, if you want, you can close the internet. That's not the problem. But I think if you want to do it, you really have to have excellent programs. Just to give an iPad to a student doesn't really help. I mean, it could be a tool to help.
So you see it as a tool, not the end result to solve all problems, pretty much.
I don't have enough experience to say it, but I cannot imagine that it really helps.
Right.
I cannot imagine.
Well, no other principal that I've interviewed can imagine it either. Okay. So.
Sorry.
All right. Well, thank you for the interview. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Thank you.